So there's a post that I commented on about a woman who was constipated for 2 weeks. And I'm just going to explain a little bit about my current, or I should say, my recent constipation experience when I was traveling. So when I was traveling recently to New Brunswick, different time changes, different diet, long story short, difficult stools, eventually ended up with an impacted stool, which was where, it was parked right there, but it would not come out. And it was so painful, it was so uncomfortable. I cannot explain to you just how much torture that was. I tried a bunch of natural things, like diet-wise, and a lot of water, and it just wasn't really moving. And it got to the point where it was interfering with my daily routine, and eventually I was coming up to traveling, and then I had to travel again. So I just wanted it fixed. So I ended up going to the ER, and in the ER, because there's so many different laxatives and ways to take stuff, but I didn't know which one to start with. They gave me 4 suppositories to go home and try, and they said this is going to work 100%. And if it doesn't work, they gave me a bottle of liquid enema to and to do that. And that requires you to lay on a bathroom floor for like half an hour and prepare for like a nuclear explosion coming out of your butt. I wasn't going to do that. Anyway, so I went home and I shoved these things up my butt, and it was horrifying and terrible feeling. And guess what? Not much happened. The doctor did say, well, you can always put your finger up there and try to break up the stool. So, I made sure to grab a surgical glove, and then I tried that. Not very successful. The next day, like they said, if I didn't have any luck, go back to the ER. And the next morning, there just wasn't much going on. It was just very uncomfortable. I started to feel sick and just unwell. So I went back to the ER and I waited, each day about 4 hours. Not bad. Little bits and pieces started to come out, I guess, from breaking it up. But, it wasn't like the mothership. So I explained to them what was happening, and not much was going on. There was a little bit of movement, but I'm traveling in a few days. How can I fix this? And different doctors started explaining to me different things to take, PEG. But then he said, if you're traveling, you just want to get this dealt with in 3 days, then I recommend Citro-mag, which is a clear liquid of magnesium. And basically you take that before you have a full colonoscopy. So they gave me a bottle. He said, start with half, see what happens after an hour and a half. Nothing happens, take the whole bottle. Nurse said take the whole bottle. I waited, so I went home, I waited about an hour and a half. Not much was going on. I started to get worried as I took the rest, because I'm I'm not fucking around anymore. I'm not going to go back to the ER. I just want this dealt with. Anyway, took the whole bottle, and probably about an hour after that, it just started to fall out. And I swear it was 7 hours. I don't know how many times I went to the bathroom, hundreds of times. Anyway, 7 hours of just exporting, and I felt like hell. The next day, I just got, my electrolytes, hydration, everything back in me. And it didn't feel very well. I went for a walk and I didn't have any energy. It was a lot of drainage. I felt totally lifeless. So anyways, I worked on putting electrolytes back in, and, nutrition, etc. And wow. So if that can do it, then that's great to know. Now I know, if I ever run into this, there's that. And you can take a quarter or half, or you can just go for the full enchilada and be guaranteed it's going to come out. It was liquid. All of it was just liquid. It just liquefied everything. I don't care. I just I wanted it gone. So anyway, I've been since then like fine. I'm doing a lot of dietary shifts to make sure that everything stays smooth moving. But I just wanted to like follow up with a video because it really worked. I don't think anybody should stay like in a state of not going poo for too long. And if you're getting too far in, then look into Citro-mag. There's videos all over TikTok about it. So, I mean, you can watch those and you can get it at your drugstore. So, yeah. So there it is. It's my recent nightmare constipation story. And for anybody who's dealing with it, I feel for you. It's pure torture. It's horrible. It just screws your whole life up. So, you know, other than, you know, maintaining yourself, and sometimes we run into this, just know that Citro-mag will have your back. No pun intended. Anyway, that's my constipation story, and I hope it helps. Okay, bye.